I'm coming to you from the corporate office of Creative Habitats Landscaping. We're here with our fine ebony desk, also known as patio furniture, hanging out in the woods. So a number of years ago, I was on a job site. This was in my tractor years around 2003, where customers like, I want nothing but topsoil. So he spent $5,000 on topsoil. And I remember looking down, I could take you through the exact spot where I was like, is this better? So I grabbed a sample of the topsoil and I grabbed a sample of clay and I had it soil tested and I also grew grass in it. I wish I still had those photos. Here's clay, here's topsoil, here's clay that had been limed and fertilized. That's the year of growth in that grass. You'll just have to take my word for it on that one. But this was clay, this was topsoil, this was clay, and add a little lime and fertilizer, and that is what you get after a year of growth. Lime and fertilized clay will do so much better than any topsoil, and it'll cost you half as much money. So the other day, I had the same situation where the customer's like, I want topsoil. And I was like, okay, we'll get you topsoil. So I took a sample of their topsoil, and check it out. They also had clay in their yard, so I took some of their clay and I took some of their topsoil. pH 5.4, that's a little low, easy to fix that with a couple bags of lime. It'll cost the materials less than $30. Phosphorus, way better in clay. Potassium, way better in clay. Magnesium, calcium, about the same. The other thing too, this clay typically does not have a bunch of weed seeds in it. There was someone years ago asked for clay and I thought they were crazy. That's before I understood these things. And I go, why are you getting clay? And they go, topsoil doesn't have weeds in it. Or clay doesn't have weeds in it. Topsoil does. The best example of this is when Tiger Town was done, they backfilled everything with topsoil. Oh my goodness, the weed bloom in that was immense. So they had to do a lot of applications of herbicide to fix that problem. But when I recommend clay, it's not at all for the sake of profit. It's the sake of just plain common sense. It has more nutrients, and what I hear so often is nothing will grow in clay. Look at all that. Every bit of that is growing in clay. I talked to a couple guys from Africa. And I said, hey, what kind of soil do you have? They say clay. Well, you know how Africa is. It's a lot of stuff are growing there. So my opinion, which is backed up by science, is topsoil is a myth. And I recommend as much clay as possible. We are blessed with clay soil. So again, my thoughts are don't waste your money on topsoil.